Deli Diva back here to tell you the end of that horrible story. I mean, it's not I mean, anyway, I feel like the end is relevant to the beginning. And so I hope you watch. This is part two. I hope you watch part one, and it'll make sense when you watch part one. Uh, anyway, yeah, I just had a really ableist thing happen to me at Fremont Casino. No shade to the casino; they handled it correctly. And uh, as I was reporting the incident with the ableist bitch in the bathroom to them, another lady came up to the desk, independent of me. She didn't even know who I was, and validated my experience. And you know, they took my statement and they were really respectful and really nice to me. And they asked me what I wanted them to do. And basically, after the lady was, validating, like, yes, this really did happen to her. She really did. This bitch really did say these things to her. You know, I, they were like, what do you want us to do? And then they looked on the camera, and I guess they were asking me, like, does she have black hair? And I'm like, yes, she had black hair. And like, they're like, we found her. If she comes back in here, we'll handle it. And so, I was really shocked by what had happened, but I still wanted to go in there for my original purpose of trying the Hawaiian restaurant, or the Asian fusion Hawaiian restaurant, because I wanted to get a plate lunch. Because if you don't know, my name is Damien. A little history for you. And Father Damien was a priest in the 1850s that went to go work at the leper colony in Molokai. So, while everyone else is making fun of my name for being the omen, Native Hawaiians know the story of Father Damien and on the island of Molokai, and it's still a leper colony in some respect to this day. And if you don't know, Father Damien was sort of like he didn't invent the quarantine, but he was like the modern practitioner of, like, quarantining the sick so that they don't make other people sick. And he became a martyr because he was infecting himself with leprosy so much. He discovered the cure, but then he died of leprosy himself. And Mother Teresa sainted him. He's I call him a baby saint. He's a brand new saint. I'm not Catholic, but I know that history because of my name. My mother's not Catholic, but she did see a documentary about his life in the 70s, and she thought he was a very noble human being. So that's partially why I'm named Damien. Know your Catholic history, folks. So when I came into the restaurant and people learned my name was Damien, they were like, oh my God, it's Damien. And they were just like, yay, we love you, Damien. And I've just felt so, like, loved and heard and seen. After I had this horrible experience with this ableist woman, bitch, in the bathroom. I'm trying not to swear live on YouTube, but, and then it just goes to show you that, like, when something bad happens to you, like, just be on the lookout for little places that God exists, whatever you believe, even if you don't believe in God, there could be, miraculous things that happen that you're supposed to experience. I'm not saying I was supposed to experience ableism. However, like, directly after that, I was completely validated about what happened to me. And hello, people. I hope you're back here for part two. But I just really felt grateful in that moment of being accepted in the restaurant, of like everyone, like, realizing my name was Damien or something, or I was telling somebody my name was Damien and they were like, "Oh, we love you," because they know the history of my name. And because Father Damien is a much lauded figure in Hawaiian culture. You can look it up. And so just in that shocking moment of ableism, there was also a bright spot where I felt acceptance and love in a time, in a moment that I really needed it. And like I said, shout out to my niece because she was really there for me. I called her quite unexpectedly, and I was like, "Oh my God, someone was just horribly bigoted towards me and was like speculating on my ability to walk and saying that I really didn't need a scooter and all this kind of thing." And so, I mean, you don't have to wish harm on people. Um, you know, I'm sure, like I said, the harm is that, like, look at her ugly ass husband. It's like, I wouldn't want to be with that. And like, yeah. But people, oh my gosh, go back and watch part one. But people are, I want to. I wanted to put this out here in the public because people are bigoted towards disabled people about their disabilities, in public. And a lot of times non-disabled people don't really know that because they do it so covertly that, like, these people out here that are bigoted, especially towards people with disabilities, they're not out here advertising their bigotry. It's not like they're like, "Oh, I hold all these, stereotypical shitty views about people with disabilities and I just, feel the need to, like, say them out loud." They're not going to say them with their full chest. And so whenever these things happen, it's hard to be believed that they actually happened. Sometimes it's, like, so shocking when you have an outward display of someone being bigoted towards you. You don't even know that. You don't even like, you're just like, did that just happen? And, like, in fact it did. And in fact, that's one of the reasons I started writing down my experiences blog style in my disability chats, on my Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page, because it's just a moment of, like you have some of these things occur, and some of these things happen to you, some of these hateful things happen to you, and you don't even realize it yourself. You're just like, "Oh my God, was this person just completely hateful because of my disability?" And the answer is yes. The answer is those people exist. No, they're not everybody, and no, it doesn't happen every day, but it does happen. And so when you have these moments where people validate you while it's happening and are there for you in the end, it really just, like, it warmed my heart that, yeah, the people at Lanai Express were totally accepting and welcoming of me, and, like, asking me all about my life and my name, and, like, just, like, really, like, going, "We love you. Oh my God, we love your name." And at a time when I needed it. And may I say, one of the it made me feel so good because you don't ever know what people are going through. And one of the workers there, he was like, when I left the restaurant, after I left, I was just eating and, like, enjoying my food and enjoying the night and enjoying my last night in Vegas. And like he gave me his, oh my God, I can't even, I'm not, well, in case this gets, like, watched, because I named the restaurant, I won't say, but, like, yeah, he was, let's just say, he liked what I was, he liked the Damien of it all. And he was really cute, and he was really positive towards me. Let me just say that. So it was interesting because I went there for my 50th birthday. No, it wasn't my birthday when I went there, because I went there, I was going to go last month, but I was really sick, so I had to go this month. But yeah, so I am over 50 now, and he really enjoyed my company. So it was really funny, and I'm like, "Yep, I still got it. Mama still got it." And so, disabled people, sometimes they have these dichotomous experiences in their day, where it's like, on the one hand, they feel so accepted and loved. And on the other hand, it's like you have this so much fucked up ableism happen to you on a regular basis. And so we're constantly traversing that, you know? And if you don't think that we are, I got news for you. And a lot of times people don't really know what I'm talking about unless they get temporarily injured, they become old, and they, you know, they need assistance, or they have to start caring for a family member. A lot of my friends, a lot of my friends that you'd think would have a liberal perspective on this, a lot of my friends have come back to me and said, you know, I really had no idea what you were going through or talking about until I broke my leg, or until not to compare cerebral palsy to a broken leg. I hate it when people do that, or until until my mom, I had to care for my mom and I couldn't get care, or I couldn't get accessibility. I didn't know what you were talking about. A lot of people actually have come back to me and like apologized. So, but it always feels very odd to have to like explain yourself and like prove that you go through like harassment and bigotry. Like and so what I was going to do on this topic, because I didn't think this incident would happen to me, is I was going to say that like YouTube videos, either where you are claiming to have a disability that you do not have, embellishing one that you do have for attention or money, or conversely, non-disabled people that make money off of speculating on other people's disability online, all of that is a form of ableism. It's all wrong, and it's all a form of bigotry that we should stop doing in society. I do realize that, you know, there are times where you're going to kind of self-ID, where you're trying to figure out what's going on with illness or health. That's not what I'm talking about. You know, there are two sides to this, where somebody either embellishes their disability for money online. That's wrong, because that stereotypes disabled people as not, and it's hard for us to be believed. Another thing it does, and I think this is exactly what happened with this stupid woman that was so ignorant. Like, you know, she came to Vegas and she was annoyed about having to go around all the scooters that she was having to go around. And so she stereotyped everyone that used them as not really having to use them. And she's not qualified to make that assumption. She's just not. She's ignorant. And I also said to her, I'm like, you know what? You're going to turn 80 someday, and you're going to need one of these. And when you do, I hope that somebody is nicer to you than you were to me. And she just looked at me. Like, they always look at you with like this blank stare. Like, I really don't know. And I don't know what makes people so entitled to speculate on other people's bodies. Really. I mean, I think, you know, in our heads or whatever, we've all been guilty of that. I'm not saying that's just a part of the human condition, but I mean, you know, try not to speculate on somebody's level of disability that's right in front of your face, unless you're their doctor, which she wasn't. She was just some dumb drunk bitch in Vegas. So, you know, I think I've said the B word too much, and this video might get shadow banned or something. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to come on here and just like validate. And, you know, thank you, Lanai Express, for a lovely, lovely evening. Thank you, Fremont Casino, for responding to my complaint with compassion. And I do recommend, in spite of my experience, I do recommend Vegas if you have mobility issues or a disability. It's very accessible. It's very welcoming. And I had a great time, and I knew I was going to, and it was for the most part fabulous, you know. And you can go watch my other video about an incident that occurred with an elderly lady in an elevator if you'd like. But yeah, parts 1, 2, and 3, Vegas Ableist Adventures, Dislabeled Dolly Diva out. And I promise you, I'm going to get back to making doll content really soon. Oh, there's some of my dollies in the background. I should do I just cleaned my room when I came back from Vegas, so I should do a room tour really soon with all my dolls. And July is, well, happy Pride, happy LGBTQIA Pride, but also July is Disability Pride Month. So I have a lot of fun, like Barbies. All the Barbies with disabilities are going to come out on the channel, and I'm going to have a lot of shorts featuring Barbies with disabilities. So hopefully you stick around for that. And I'll have some more chats about ableism and ableism and popular culture. Hopefully I won't have any more chats about dumb bitches in Vegas that say ableist things. But hopefully I won't have to do that. But if I do, I'll come on here and talk about it. What I want to know is, is anyone disabled themselves and has experienced what I kind of just recounted in part 1 of the video? Part 1, you should go watch part 1. Oh yeah, it's not up yet. I have to unprivate it. Has anyone experienced what I'm talking about, or has anyone witnessed anything like what I'm talking about? Like, have you been with a friend and then somebody says or does something really crazy and you're just like, what is going on here? You know, and you don't really know how to respond. I mean, I responded. Let me tell you, I responded. And let me just tell you, like, you know, it's so funny because I say things in a joking manner. I used to say, we're here, we're handy, and we're not going to take it anymore. But now I think that's more true than ever because the Olmsted opinion, the DOJ came out with a memo about repealing it. Now, don't get me wrong. I hate it when people explain things incorrectly. That's just a DOJ memo. It's not law yet, but I think the fight is not over. And they're trying to, in Florida, they're trying to take away, or they're trying to rescind the 504 protections. They're not trying to repeal 504 entirely, and they're dismantling and making the Department of Education, which all is bad news for people with disabilities and children in education. You know, and it's like, this just brings it full circle for me that, like, yeah, there are people that just like do not want to look at differences or disability in society, and they'd rather me, you know, be in the house. And you know, I'm here to say, bitch, we're out of the house, okay? So if you have some problem with that, you know, go somewhere, because we aren't going to take it anymore, okay? We're not going to take you just saying whatever you want to say about disability in our face like we have to take it. We're not going to. We're not going to. You can say whatever you want, but you're not immune to like the consequences of saying whatever you want. And yeah, if you're an ableist bitch to me, I'm going to say, stop being ableist, you dumb bitch. And I'm going to tell your stupid fat husband to like control your mouth or something like that. So yeah, you know, when you get what you put out in this world. So apparently that woman has some karma coming to her. But anyway, yeah, for the most part, aside from that experience, I love Vegas. I love visiting my friend Erin. I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do because it's really expensive, and like I just wanted to, you know, have a leisurely couple 4 days. But yeah, Lanai Express was amazing. If you're ever in Vegas, please go there. And say what's up to Eddie. Say what's up to Eddie. All right. I will let y'all go. Thank you for sticking around in this disjointed live. Watch part 1 when I put it up, and watch part 2, and I'll see you guys later. And I'm sure I'll come back on here and delete some stupid comments like I always have to, but thank you for the engagement. All right, bye-bye. Dislabeled Dolly Diva out. Doll content soon, specifically dollies with disabilities. All right, see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.